Oh, welcome everyone. This is so great this evening. It's freezing cold outside, and so it's nice to have a bunch of people in here to warm us up. But I welcome you all to our Nothing New show. I just love this show. I mean, there's so many things. I'd look at it and I would say, oh my God, who did this, you know? And then I'd find out who it was, and I'd say, it doesn't look like what they're doing now. So if you know the artist, to see the progression is just amazing. But so I welcome you all. There's a number of artists. We're going to do short artist talk. We have our hot rock, and we are going to start with Pam Daly, who did the horses here. Now we're starting with Pam because Pam has laryngitis. And she's going to do a charade for her talk.
Treat her good. She's terrible at charades, okay?
So Pam, get over by your art person, by your horse. No, you got to go by your horse, Pam. So then Pam will hand the rock off to the next artist, and we'll just keep going. And thank you very much. Go, Pam Daly. Woo! Hi.
Can't hear you.
I know.
You.
Horses.
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 Donkey.
Animals. Animals.
Animals.
Animals.
Animals.
Animals.
Animals. She said animals.
Okay. We're gonna. Second word. Go. You're running out of time. I.
Love.
Oh.
Yes.
Horseshit. Manure.
Taking care of.
Taking care of.
Finding. Planting.
Treasure.
Growing. Finding. Growing. Treasuring.
What is it, Dan?
Making. Molding.
Clay.
Oh, and
Okay.
Oh, no.
Your time. One more. 5 seconds. Smoking. Firing. Okay, and there's her piece. That's very good. Thank you, Pam. Next.
where's your piece, Howard?
Charades.
Sure, why not?
No.
I did a painting. I used to paint. That was a thing I used to do.
Yeah, very cool. Very
you know
cool.
how many times I've painted in the past 2 years? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. I collage trash together now. Anyway, this is the national flower of Korea. Yeah. Who wants the rocky list?
Beautiful.
Right.
People should say their name too.
Oh yeah, say your name then too. He's right.
Hello. My name is Mina. I did the cute donut over there because I love
Oh
donuts.
yeah, on the other side.
It's not The Simpsons related, I promise. Although I do love The Simpsons. Yeah.
Great, thank you.
Okay, I'm January Kristine, and I did this one right here.
Oh.
And
That's-
I'm self-taught, and I've been making art for about 10 years. And when I first started doing art, it was more like a cathartic process to kind of put my feelings on canvas during a time of a lot of grief and loss. And so I kind of had to channel it. So this is some of my earlier stuff. Some of my later stuff is more illustrative and not as intense, and is more like fun, because my life is a lot different than it was back then.
Oh, thank you.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I'm Kathleen.
There she is. Yeah.
And I did this back in 2012. It's watercolor. I lived on Nantucket Island where we don't get a lot of snow. And I woke up to this magical, soft, light, not bright, snowy scene in my backyard one morning. And there it is.
Oh, Kathleen, I love that piece. It's so different from what you're doing now. Yeah.
Margaret West, and my photo is right there. And I mean, I'm sure I've changed a little, but I still love taking photos of flowers. Although at that time I didn't own a macro lens. So that's kind of cool too. And I guess the story behind that is I was with a photography group, maybe there were 8 or 10 of us, and I am the only one who fell in the creek. And even though I popped up immediately and it was like less than a half a second that my camera was in the water, it didn't work. And someone who was really kind and loaned me his camera, which was the same brand but kind of different. I was kind of struggling with the controls since I had never used his camera, but I still was able to come out with that. And I just like the ice crystal. All of that white is actually snow.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, it was taken in
Yeah.
October, but this is the Canadian Rockies, and believe me, there was a lot of snow around. So that's my story.
Margaret also has a piece back there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, she has a piece back in the corner too.
Yeah, and that's Slovenia, and my husband and I went there specifically because we knew they had a lot of fog.
Yeah, yeah, very cool. Judith?
I'll tell you.
Judith!
Okay, I'm Judith, and that piece, that rock,
Go over by your piece.
okay, I'll go over by my piece. This is something I had tried, well, I was trying something new. And I put this piece in a wood-fired kiln, and it cracked. And at first I wasn't really excited about it, and then the more you look at something, you can find the beauty in the way that it just evolved. So that's what this piece does for me. That and the community spirit that you get through that type of firing.
Well, it's lovely, Judith. Yeah. Okay, Paul.
Sorry.
Hello, I'm Paul Evans.
You have to hold the rock, Paul. There you go. Right.
My mic's on now. I was on my way to Alliance to take a picture.
1 minute, Paul.
To take a picture of Carhenge, but I spied a really nice strip of edging, making a perspective on the drawing here. No, it's a digital photograph, and you can see the convergence of the lines and a perspective are shown pretty good here. And I did get to Alliance and look at Carhenge. And I say everybody, yeah.
Thank you. Good one, Paul. Next artist. Next artist.
Switch your spots. I'm right behind you.
I'm Trinity, Noblecameron. This is my piece right here. I made this painting back in 2015 when I did a study abroad in Puerto Rico. And so when doing the Nothing New show, I went, this is perfect, because this is all about, new experiences, reminiscing on those. And so this was a big one for me, just being in an entirely new environment and exploring a new medium.
And I love that one. Love that one.
Who's next?
I'm Anna Stoysich.
Hey, Anna.
Hey, I just walked in. I'm not sure where my art even is.
Your art's over here, Anna.
Over that way? Okay.
Yeah, it's over here.
Over here.
It's
okay.
We're dug in.
It's great.
Yeah, so I was really excited about this show.
I know, I love these pieces.
I've been doing clay for over 20 years, and I rarely keep any of my pieces. I just always, give them away, sell them. This piece I kept though, and it was the first piece that I ever made in my first pottery class in college. So
It's like 2002, right?
It's 2002,
Yeah.
And the project was we had to take 3 different objects and take elements of them and piece them together into a sculpture. So I took like an orange peel, I think these were like beeswax, and then this was like a foot massager. So I
I love that I kept it. It's just kind of odd, like it's very unlike things I make today.
See,
but-
I thought it was something from the ocean. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you could change your story.
I could.
You could. But the massager is good.
Yeah. And then these two pieces are pottery, a plate and a bowl, and they're also from 20 years ago, so very rare that I held onto them, but they're low fire salt, and I just love the spontaneity into them, and I was just kind of in this discovery process, so I feel like it really just holds that magic in it, so.
Yeah.
They're wonderful.
They are. Next artist, Becky.
My name's Becky Kinloch. The raccoon is mine.
Yep.
And if you go around the corner, there's a butterfly from my garden.
Yes, it's
And
beautiful.
I try to paint things I know.
Well, I love the raccoon.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a name, I'm sure.
Who's the closest?
Janet. Oh, there we go.
While
Angie.
she's gonna do it.
I'm Angie Coleman. This is my piece here in the corner, and I did that in 2015. It's very unusual for me because it's completely from imagination. I usually paint realism, always have a reference. I've only done that maybe 3 times. I just really like that one.
Nice.
Thank you. I'm Janet Vadon. I'm not sure where my painting is because I was going around the room and
Where's Janet?
It's around the corner.
It's around the corner.
And it's abstract in
Yeah.
kind of a landscape and abstract with alcohol inks and acrylic over the top of it because it was really bad. One of my first attempts at alcohol inks. And anyways, just thank you to Barbie and Megan. We love you guys and just the opportunity you've given all of us.
Janet, we love you.
We appreciate it.
We love you. Next, is there another artist here? Oh, back here. Oh, yeah.
Pass it on.
Oh, you're in there. You want to go ahead? I don't care. Yeah, you go. Okay. This way.
Hi, my name is Madison Winstead, and I made this piece my freshman year of college, and it was like one of my first realistic pieces, my first time using white charcoal, and yeah, that's pretty much about it.
Over here.
Hi, I'm Grace Gaard. I have 2 pieces. One is this top yellow room, and the other is over in that corner, the kind of abstract melt one. And both of those are from like 2010 when I was a senior in high school and kind of like devoted my end of high school career to like doing art classes and some of my first, I think, acrylic paintings that I did. And I loved the theme of the show as well because they've just been sitting in my closet and like not doing anything for anyone, so it was fun to have an opportunity to bring them out. And like at this point it's very different from the kind of stuff I do because I focus so heavily on nature-based topics, so yeah.
So what's happening in that photo?
Well,
an explosion.
Yeah, I think my reference photo was like Chernobyl, like a place that was abandoned. And I'm fascinated by like abandoned places, so I think that's why I chose that one. So, but they were like assignments. And
Yeah, I do love that because it is, I mean, Grace now does nature oriented. Grace is doing some field guides for Glacier Creek Preserve. But it's vegetation, it's insects, it's things that, and this is just
very
like,
different.
wow, this is cool.
I got Chernobyl vibes immediately.
Oh, good.
And that's, nature taking back over.
Yes.
Yeah.
The theme is still kind of there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Grace. Next.
We'll walk this way. Come with me, Buffy.
Hello, I'm Jo Moore. This is my piece. It's called Daughters of Eve. It's about 2 Nebraska women that were actually jailed for an at-home pregnancy termination. I have no thoughts about it that are concrete, just a lot of emotions. So I just painted this painting to kind of put them all somewhere and maybe discuss them with somebody someday. So if you want to do that, come find me. I still don't know. So yeah, nothing new. Abortion. Nothing new. I made this last year, so it's perfect. I need a lefty.
Wow, thank you. Buff?
Okay, so this painting I did in 2021. At this time, I was doing a lot of stuff with visiting themes of like nature, life and death, the different lore within that. Like the pomegranate, has a lot of different meanings. It represents life as well as it does death. I mean, it's an autumnal fruit. We harvest it during, right before the winter, so it has a lot of meaning there. So I was visiting a lot of different themes with like mythologies and the lore and relating to the natural world. Now a lot more of what I do is very like ecologically based. I like to paint a lot of stuff that is highlighting a lot of like interesting things within the natural world that we are losing because they are in such fragile ecosystems and kind of just I really like to focus on the importance of nature that we have while we have it.
Thanks, Beth. Next artist, Trilety?
I don't know where's that one?
Which one?
The one in the back.
It's right here on the wall.
Around the corner.
So there's one around the corner that's my oldest piece from 2012. And it has to do, there's a scale in it, and I'm in the bathroom, so it has to do with my struggles with weight.
Yeah, it's right, it's right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that one up there is of my partner. I like to take photographs of people doing their hobbies. So he was working on the car, and then this one is called Amazon Delivers Night, and it's a assemblage piece where I took, when we used to get Amazon groceries delivered through Whole Foods, which we don't anymore, I would take the insulated bags and made stars out of them.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll do my best to be able to be heard, but this is my piece. I actually made it last year for an exhibit at Benson First Friday about, I think it was called Scream, Shout, and Be Queer, or something along those lines. Mix up the words. But I immediately thought of this band Librist, which is a queercore hardcore band from 90s, early 2000s, and just him screaming the rainbow and the beauty of the rainbow and the iridescent glass with like him being aggressive and just kind of that contrast. Still really relevant about fighting for our right to exist and just be ourselves. Woo! So.
Whoa, good.
It's a wrap for me.
Next artist, is that artist here? With the boys?
Yeah. Jenna? Maybe not. Maybe she left.
Maybe not. We done with artists? Anyone else?
Am I stuck with the rock forever?
You are. It's a prize. I thank all of you. Thank all of you. This is wonderful. This is our show for December. And as most of you know, we're closing December 31st. Moving on to a new journey with, I've started a foundation called the Oasis Byways, and you'll hear more about that. And, but please join us for, the rest of December here. The space after December will be open for lease for pop-ups. If any artists you want to do your own show, it will be available for that because it's an art space and it has your name on it. So, okay, thank you so much, everyone. Wine.
Hi everyone, my name is Kratky and I am the artist behind Hankoku and Disconnection, which was created in 2020. My work is heavily inspired by traditional Japanese folklore, such as apparitions and demon-like figures known as yokai. The intention at this time was to construct visual parallels between significant different folklore characters and their stories, and fuse them together with the internal and external conflicts that I've personally experienced. This way I can narrate my own personal stories through the lens of characters I connect to beyond the canvas without directly telling the world about who I am as a person. Hangoku in Disconnection speaks to the consistent feelings of physical and emotional disconnection that I felt in my youth to the world around me while sharing the folklore story of Hangoku. Hangoku or Hangoku is known as the spirit calling incense, which has the power to bring forth the spirits of the dead within its smoke or its incense. Legend holds that people who use the incense from Hangoku to meet their lover's spirit, perhaps, it only leaves them sadder and more grieved than they were before they had seen Hangoku or used Hangoku. Hangoku never alleviates anyone's loneliness or pain, but instead makes it much worse. For many years, I felt like I myself was Hangoku's spirit, leaving those around me in a worse state than they were before. I was left feeling unable to form genuine connections with the world around me, and oftentimes I felt like I was living in a shell, much like Hangoku was. I hope you enjoy my work and this wonderful exhibit. Thank you.